everyone. This is Jamerica, or I'm crooked. Morning, everyone. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and I want to talk to you again about tissue culture. Now, when you get these plants, they're going to be super small, right? And but they're going to be super cheap. So they'll be about this size, not as thick as this. Maybe it'll have 4 leaves on it, but this is a LSU Gold that I could not find here locally. So I went ahead and bought, I think, 4 of them. I have a whole bunch of figs. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to up pot the ones that I have potted. When you're planting seed or you're planting small trees, size matters. So the reason why I put it in this small one is because when you get a um, a tissue culture fig or a tissue culture plant or a tissue culture tree, it's going to be super small. How you doing, God's desire for me? It's going to be super small, and it's only going to be a plug. So in order for it to get enough water and for it to get the root structure, I put it in these little itty bitty, I think these are 3 or 4 inch pots. They're not very big. And I keep them in here until they look healthy enough to up pot to a bigger pot. Hello, Angela Calloway. How are you doing? So if you don't know me, my name is Jamerica with Jamerica Life, and I grow a lot of trees, and I grow a lot of plants, and I do a lot of canning. I have a property out here as well as a property out in the woods. I'm trying to get these flies away. I don't know what to do about them. If you have livestock, you're gonna have pest problems, and the one that comes with having fowl is flies. Flies. And I don't know. I was told to put lime down, so I did that. But if you don't know me, I just want you all to try to understand that I have been expanding this yard for years. Oh, thank you so much. I have been expanding this yard for years, and when I first got to this property, there was nothing on here. No gazebo, no plants. I did have some plants, but I didn't want them. I had oleander. Now let me tell you about oleander. Oleander is poisonous. You can't burn oleander. You just cut it down and you just hope that it just disintegrates into the soil. And it's very poisonous. If the kids are around or if the animals eat it, they're not going to make it. I think it shuts down your heart. So oleander was here, as well as about 3 rose bushes. That's about it. And 2 trees up in front. One of the trees of which I'm very upset about because it's a flowering pear and it has blight. This is my second flowering pear that got blight, and it might affect my other trees, but I'm not going to get into that. Today is going to be about tissue culture. So when you get your tissue culture, all you're going to get is a little plug, right? Especially with figs. They grow super quick. Super quick. Now this one hasn't grown super quick because it died back. So I put it back in the house and I put it in a little pot because I wanted it to get itself together. Hello, Real Kitchen and Garden. I think I said your whole name. So I wanted it to get a good start. So I put it inside Real Kitchen and Garden Diva. How you doing? So I put this back inside under the grow lights, and that's how I got to this. Thank you, Miss Real Kitchen Garden Diva. Let me see. Real Kitchen and Garden Diva with the and sign, not the and. So if you want to check her out, go ahead and do that. So size matter when you're growing this. So I put this in this little itty pot, and it's been in here for as long. What is this, a LSU Gold? I'm going to show you the difference between the growth of one that you leave in a small pot, and this goes for all trees. They have to have room for their roots to grow, and if their roots can't expand, guess what? Neither is the top of the plant. Hello, Broke Farmer. How you doing? Driving and listen. Well, you be careful, but yeah, perfect. So this is a LSU Gold, right? See how small it is? Now let's go over here to the ones that I purchased at the same time. How you doing? I can't say it. Oleander again? Oleander, can you sound it out for me? And then I'll say it right. So I'm gonna show you the difference between this LSU Gold that is the same age as the ones over here. Let's go. I I-O and again. Is that it? Oh, knocked over my coffee. All right. So we're over here. We're over here with, oh, I said it right. I-O and again. All right. So here is a LSU Gold that I purchased the same time as, that's a Latarua. This one. They're the same age. They were bought together. They all started out the same time. But this one, first of all, this one died back and I had to bring it in the house, but I put it in a little pot. And because I didn't want to stress it out any more than I had to. But this, they're the same age. See how quickly this plant is maybe 4 months old, both of these. But you see the difference? If you put your trees in small pots, they are not going to get big. So if you want to dwarf a plant, go ahead and leave it in a small pot because it's only going to get as big as the root structure allows it to. Or, you tell you what some plants will do. Because as I said, these are both the same age. See the difference? See how big that one is? By the way, if you do not have any fig trees and you want some inexpensive fig trees, because these, I got 3 for under $30. 3 or 4. Some of them were 4. 3 or 4 for under $30. They were like 25 something on Amazon. That's where I got them from. And they are, it's tissue culture figs or tissue culture. You get all kind of tissue culture, not just figs, but figs grow quick. They grow really quick. So this one needs to be up potted, and so does this one. This one needs to go into here, and this one needs to go into one of those so that it can get bigger. And then this fall, it should be, I know it'll be big enough. They are gorgeous. I had poor luck with them before. I'll try starting them in a pot and try buying them as cheaply as possible. As I said, I bought these on Amazon. I think they ran me about $25 for 4. I could be wrong. It was no more than 30. And there are different vendors that sell them on Amazon. And every time I order one, they all make it. All of them. I think I had a couple of them pass away last year, and it wasn't figs, but it was because I didn't water it. And I went on vacation, came back, they were all dried out. So this one needs to go into a bigger pot, and so does this one. So remember the pots that you get when you plant trees and you plant other plants? Do not throw your pots away unless they're falling apart. I planted a persimmon out there. I think the video is already out. And I saved the pot, right? See how much these trees are running? Why would we as gardeners spend more than we have to, especially when these plants grow quickly? Some of them, especially figs. Figs grow super quick. Another thing that grows super quick are Barbados cherries. You can also get them in tissue culture. And what else do I have over here? I have Jamaican cherries. Now those came in and they were tissue culture also. I upplanted them in bigger pots, right? This is the one that I said tastes like cotton candy. See that? See how quickly it grows? And it's not long before I'm going to have to pot this one also, because it's getting too big for the pot. You can tell by the way the stem grows. This thing is 3 times the size of what I had about, I say, less than 60 days ago. And I put it down here. Now, when you put your plants, when you get your tissue culture, keep it in the house under a grow light or under some strong UV light. I use shop lights. Shop lights work as long as you get the required lumens. It works. Over here, I have some tissue culture. Now, I had this. I made a mistake with this. I potted this outside, right? Valletta di Bordeaux figs. And I forgot them outside in the Texas sun. They died back. So I brought them back in the house, let them get better. And now when I put them out here, I put them in the shade. Put them in the shade. Do not put them in direct sun and expect that your plants are going to survive, especially if you're down south. The UV rays are too strong and they will pass away on you or die back. So I had to start over with these, but I've nursed them back to health. I put them under the grow light. I just forgot them outside. I potted them outside and I don't know, life happened, and by the time I realized they were out here, they were looking pretty bad. But they came back. I took them back in the house, put them under the grow lights, watered them. I didn't give them any special fertilizer because it already had new soil in there. I didn't use used soil for this. At least I don't think I did. And if I did use used soil, which is soil that I use for another plant, I augmented it with blood meal, bone meal, and some fertilizer. So you don't have to, and I believe these are elderberry cuttings. All of them from Amazon, and all of them are under $30. I think I got 3 elderberry cuttings. I think these are elderberry cuttings. If not, those are over there. I have to look it up because I get so many plants and I get so many cuttings. I shouldn't even call these cuttings because they were rooted when I got them. I just put them in a pot, and I'll separate them out when they're strong enough because they didn't have a lot of leaves on it when I got them. Right here, these. And I didn't want to spend a lot of money on elderberries because here in Texas, one elderberry plant's gonna cost you about $15, $20 for a small one. Believe me, I bought one and then I put it in the ground. A lot of things that I have, with the exception of the figs, some of them cannot go on the ground. My blackberries can't go on the ground. My blueberries definitely can't go on the ground. My raspberries can't go on the ground. So those things stay in pots. These figs are not going to stay in pots though. I just want them to be big enough so that when we go out here with the riding lawnmower, we can see them. Figs are very hard. Excuse me, y'all. Figs are very hard to how you do it, make them unalive. They're very hard. So I'm gonna pull you back. I have some soil here, and we're gonna plant up as many as we can with this bag of Miracle Grow that I bought on sale. And we're gonna use used pots. Well, this was an LSU purple that was in this one. I'll leave the tags inside the pot so that I'll know what they are, but it doesn't matter to me. I got some Chicago Hardy figs over there. I got a lot of figs. I got figs. I'm learning how to do figs with cuttings and all kind of stuff. Figs are easy to me, not to everybody, but I always, unless I get them already in a big old pot and rooted with a root structure, I always put the small ones in the house, especially in the wintertime, or if I buy them in the dead of the summer. I do not put them directly outside. I put them on the grow lights. I baby them for a while and watch them because I have seedlings and they have to water the seedlings anyway. I might as well water those. And then when they get big enough, I slowly harden them off. And when I harden them off, I put them in a shady spot. That other one was just an accident. I left it right here on this table in this Texas sun, and man, it only took about 24 hours and they were looking really bad. I didn't know, but as I said, figs are resilient. If you catch them in time, put them back in your house. And if you don't have grow lights, put them in an east facing window because the sunlight coming in the morning is not as strong as the sunlight coming in the afternoon. Plus it's filtered because it's coming through a window, so you're not going to have as much sunlight. So let's go ahead and get these things potted up. I have 3 different type here. That's another thing. You get a whole bunch of them. I just ordered some Pakistan mulberries because Pakistan mulberries are big, way bigger than the other ones. So we have, let me tell you which ones I have. I have the Latarua, I hope I'm saying it right, Latarua Italian honey. And I have some that I've already potted. I got 3 of these for like 20 something dollars. The other ones are bigger than this because I have potted them already in a bigger pot. But see, they keep growing. See the new growth? See the green? Anywhere there's green, that's new growth. Look at that. It started off way down here and now look. See that green? All that is new growth. So we have the Latarua. I have the LSU Gold. And then I bought some more Chicago Hardy figs. I have 3 of them over here, but I don't think I have enough soil for 3. So we're going to do 1 of each. Let's go ahead and get this done. I'm so used to editing, right? I'm ready to press a button, but there is no edit. Wait a minute. Forgive me, y'all. All right, I hope you guys can hear me and see me. I did buy a repeater, so everything should be good to go. So let me move this out the way. And I have already, I'm crooked. I have already wet the soil. I went and put a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket full of water. Make sure I don't turn you off. I put a 5-gallon bucket full of water into this bag right here. And I'm trying not to get dirty, but I always do. So I don't care about that right there, right? Just gonna put some soil in here, right? And we're gonna fill it up. And it doesn't matter. Let me tell you something about soil. It doesn't matter what brand you have. If you find a good brand, and I only bought this because it was cheap. It was on sale because I usually use local soil. If you find something that works for you that isn't too expensive, go ahead and stick with it. Don't keep trying stuff out. I went a couple of months ago, I went ahead and bought some soil or some compost or whatever it was supposed to be, and it wasn't properly broke down, which means it was robbing the plant of nitrogen. Because if the soil is not broken down or the compost is not broken down, that's what it does. And you know, you can remedy it by putting some blood meal in there, but who wants to go through that rigmarole? Just try to get something. If you find something that works, stick with it. So I'm putting soil in here because I don't want to pick this bag up quite yet because it's heavy, especially since I put a bunch of water in here. And I have lime on my feet. I was trying to fight off the insects, the flies, but I'm fighting a losing battle with this. I bought some lime and it seemed to be working, but we'll see. We'll see. They like this stuff. It's organic, whatever. Organic choice, raised bed and in-ground soil with compost. They like this stuff. It draws them. So, excuse me. I knew that once I brought this, excuse me. I knew that once I brought this out, they'd be coming. They come a running. All right. So we got it about that fit full, right? That's how full I got it. Pull you down. All right. So we got it full, right? Let me pull you back. I don't know where I want to go. Tell I don't do lives right a lot, right? normally editing. So I got it half full. We'll take the first one, which is the Latarua Italian honey fig. I just know this is gonna be good. And look at the root structure. See that? That's good looking plant right there. Now y'all gonna see dirt on my feet and everything. That happens every time I do this, so y'all forgive me. I don't mean to make y'all see my feet, but I already got dirt in my shoe and on my toes. And, oh well. One day I'll get it together. So I'm gonna pull it down, and I'm pulling it down to. There is no graft line on this fig. I can't see you right now. I got you too far. There is no graft line on this fig. I just pull it up to where I just want the soil. There go a chicken running by. I don't know what's going on. So I pull it up to there, right there, right. I got 2 or 3 chickens that refuse to stay in the pen, and they're gonna end up getting 8 one day. I just know it. But they're eating bugs, so I don't know. I don't feel like chasing them down right now. I got the gardener's back. You know, you get gardener, your back starts hurting from all the bending and all that stuff. So I'm trying to take it easy because I don't want to throw my back out. I have a whole bunch of stuff to do in that centerpiece. I pull all that stuff up and start over, flip it over and start over. But you can only do what you can do. Don't push yourself, because then you'll end up being sorry if this rooster don't stop. I'm gonna go wet him down. Y'all saw that video where I went in there and gave him a hose down? That thing, where is it? It's on top of my chair. Be quiet, Rudy. Be quiet. We're gonna have a talk, boy. It's gonna be the last talk of your life. They do that every time I get on camera. They're quiet, and then they hear my voice, and they're like, "Oh, I need her to be quiet. I'm supposed to be the loudest one out here." So I'm just filling this thing up to the line, right here. It doesn't take long to up pot these things, by the way. This is why people don't want roosters. That's the only reason why you can't have them, because they do that. And they're mean. All right. Well, he's not, but some of them are. Okay, we got that one done. Where's the thing? So I'm putting my little marker back in here. On to the next. All right. Why you get all dressed up, girl, for this? Put on your nice clothes to go ahead and get all dirty. A lot of gardeners don't let you see, well, there are some gardeners who let you see them doing the actual work, but I believe that if you do something, you shouldn't just tell people that you did it. You should show them how you do it, or show them what you do. Let them know that you're going to look like this. You know, you don't necessarily have to get like this, but most people do. I can't understand it. Being a gardener, I can't understand how somebody can be all pristine all the time gardening. It's not, you're gonna get sweaty. It's exercise. I hear a lot of people say, well, we need to exercise and we need to get healthy. You go ahead and garden enough. Turn and till that soil. You'll be in shape. That's exercise in and of itself. You know, I look back at back into the 70s and you know, early on, and it's not just what we eat that is making us bigger. It's not just that. It's inactivity. A lot of people will sit there, me included, and watch TV all day and not move. If you're watching, some people, now I've watched a couple of people who will work out in the yard and have their headphones on and listen to the podcast or listen to people do things, but there are a lot. So I did the latter rule. I'm doing the LSU Gold right now. Here it is. And I said, as I said, these plants I don't know, they haven't been around very long. Not very long at all. And some people will work and do what they got to do, but a lot of people don't. They get distracted, and you know, the internet is a time stealer. You'll sit there, and I've done this. You'll sit there and it'll be daylight, and you'll be scrolling and searching and searching and searching. And by the time you realize what happened or what's going on, it's dark outside. It has happened to me. If I'm doing some research or I want to find something, I go down these wormholes and I get lost in them. And by the time I look up, it's dark outside and none of my work got done. None of it. So you gotta be careful with that. Everybody say it's about the eating, but it's also inactivity. Also, I hate to say it, the internet, even though I'm on the internet, it's also getting lost in watching other things. Not so much listening, because you can work and listen. You can work and listen, but watching most of the time, you can't do nothing else. There's a lot of people who can't multitask. I know, I've watched people who crochet, and they can crochet and talk to you because I guess they've done it so long that it has become ingrained in like, it has become like breathing to them. If you get to that point, yeah, you can do stuff and also work. But a lot of people like me, certain things I can't do that with. I can't concentrate on watching somebody on TV and do what I got to do most of the time. I've tried it because I've seen other people do it, and I was like, okay, she's crocheting and watching and talking and watching other people, because she don't need to look anymore to crochet. And there's other things that take your attention away from real life all the time. If you're not careful, you'll be sitting there and wasting your whole life away behind distractions. You got to get out there and do it. It took a long time for me to figure that out, because, well, it didn't take a long time, because I was watching other people and I was like, okay, you know, why is none of my work getting done? And it's because I was just sitting there. If you get a Fitbit or a Apple Watch, it'll let you know exactly how much you move. Food, I mean, the food is one thing, but inactivity is another thing. So I force myself, even if I don't feel good that day, I force myself to try to get at least one thing done, knocked off the list, especially when it comes to these plants. You're on a timeline with a garden, believe it or not. You can only you only have so much time. Here in Texas, it's not because it gets cold, it's because it gets super hot. That Texas sun will burn up everything. If you don't get your stuff in early, well, you ain't gonna have nothing, because it's gonna get burnt up. We got droughts out here. Okay, so that is the LSU Gold, and my fly friends are over here with me. My New York accent's coming out, huh? They're getting on my last nerve. All right, here's another pot. I hope I have enough soil. I think I do. And we're gonna do a Chicago Hardy fig. I'm gonna get a good. All of them look the same though. All of them look the same. Forget about it. Wait a minute. Here we go. Let me get a Chicago Hardy fig. I want to get one that has shoots coming off of it. These things are dry as a chip. I watered this yesterday. You would never know. It's already in the 80s out here. Not today, or not right now, but yesterday. Yesterday it was quite warm. I moved down south. I moved to Texas for that exact reason. I said, you know what? I do not like cold weather. And although I was born in a cold weather place, that don't mean I have to stay there. And as soon as I had the opportunity to get up out of there, I was gone. It was mainly the weather. It was just too cold. They tell you that it's they say it's 1 degree, you know, they'll tell you, okay, it's 20 degrees out here in New York City, but with the wind chill factors below 0. You go outside, Lord have mercy. I had enough of that. And I started saying to myself, saying, one day I'm gonna be out of here. Started saying that to myself over and over again until I finally pulled myself out. And my family, they wanted me to come back up to New York, well, to the East Coast. I was like, everybody was up north. They was all cold. I have them all up and down. Now, I do have family in Florida, but I'm so glad I didn't do the Florida thing. Because right now, Florida, their insurance and taxes and assessments are getting them. I thought about Florida and Texas. That was the two. But then it was so cliche because a lot of New Yorkers moved to Florida. Or at least they used to. That's when New Yorkers retired. They used to talk about it when I was a kid. All I want to do is finish up this job, and then we're gonna move to Florida. All of us are moving to Florida, and a lot of them did. Florida got its own problems. Florida got too many. I always thought about it, and I was tempted to. I was gonna move to Port St. Lucie, right? And this was recently, and man, then a hurricane came through. We got hurricanes in Texas, but Texas is big, huge. Hard for the hurricane to go and wipe out most of the state. And with hurricanes, then I said, okay, they keep on having all these hurricanes. Their insurance must be super high. Plus, they're near the water. Now they had that one building that fell down. Everybody getting special assessments. Had a building fall down in Florida. And now they went through and checked all the structures, and they put a special assessment. They have to repair their condos. Most of them are condos. Anything over 2 stories. Man, some of them jokers are getting bills for hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to repair those buildings. I'm so glad I didn't move to Florida. Texas got some taxes on them. Believe it or not, Texas taxes are super high. But they ain't nothing like, and our insurance is getting up there too. Because they're saying because of inflation, okay, here we are. We got the Chicago Hardy Fig coming out. Get it out of here. None of them are root bound because they've only been in here a couple of months. But I got to get those out because it looks like it's on its way. They're on their way to become root bound. So what was I saying? As I said, Texas has its own thing with taxes, and our insurance is getting high because they're saying the cost to repair. He telling me to shut up, by the way. Y'all know that? The cost to repair these houses is higher, so they got to charge us more for insurance. That's what they say. How many houses have they fixed though? Country, freedom ain't free. Y'all ever heard that? Even if you own land, a lot of people don't buy land. You know why? You can't make no money off land unless you're agriculture. You can't make no money on land. People were buying houses and apartments because they could rent them out and they get some residual income. With land, you can't do that unless you got a California or something paying you. I'm gonna wring his neck. You got a California or something leasing out the land, and even then you're not gonna get a lot of money for it. That's why people don't buy land. And you still have to pay taxes on that bad boy. I know because I have land. And them taxes are going up. But I like it out there, so it's worth it. You gotta have the money for it though. Not like having a mortgage on something that you can't make no money off of. So that's the thing with land. Unless you're gonna live out there. This chicken got some nerve. Just strolling on by. Lord have mercy, Rudy. So I'm almost finished planting up these 3 because that's what we said we was gonna do. You see his head? He walking up on me. Darn things have no respect. Probably looking for water. Water is in there, boy. Oh, yeah, that's a boy. He got green in his tail. So that's why a lot of people don't have roosters. Right there. Anyway, back to the land thing. So it's very hard to make any money on land unless you're going to live there. So if you don't have the extra money, just take that into consideration. And the taxes, just like the taxes go up out here, and I'm not discouraging anybody because I own land. I'm just telling you, my taxes have tripled since the lockdown. Where everybody was out here having them bid wars. I didn't even know that was going on until it was too late, but it happened before. It'll happen again. People overbid, and drive up the prices. And it's funny when we come out here, because I'm from another place, right? So I didn't know. You look at the cost of housing out here in Texas, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's super inexpensive. I'm gonna go ahead and buy. I could buy 2, 3 of them houses for the price of the house I have out here in New York or wherever you're from, right? And you come out here, and them taxes hit you. The taxes and insurance hit you. A lot of people lost last time in 2008. A lot of people lost their houses because they couldn't afford them taxes. The taxes, let me see. The taxes sometimes were as much as the actual mortgage. Believe it or not. And that was years ago. Imagine now. Imagine now. Something else. You come to a place and you think that it's going to be cheaper out there because you're down south, right? Then you find out it's all a ploy. They be like, gotcha. You thought it was going to be cheaper down here. Gotcha. I got to borrow from Peter to pay Paul because I don't have no soil. So I'm taking some from the LSU Gold and putting it into the Chicago Hardy Fig. So just like that, see how dirty I am? Uh-oh. See how dirty I am? Just like that, I have 3 of them repotted. They look bigger now that they're in the bigger pots, but they're the same plants. The pot makes them look bigger. Also take that in consideration when you buying plants because they can fool you. Now that I'm nice and dirty. Does anybody have any questions in reference to tissue culture? And know that your plants will only grow as big as the pots. If you're container planting trees, you have to put them in bigger pots. I'm gonna turn you around and show you some of the ones that I have in the greenhouse. Now my greenhouse might be a little bit messy right now, but forgive me. It's not as messy as some, but it's messier than a lot of others because I'm storing some stuff in there right now until I get somewhere to put this stuff for the plants. Most of them are for the plants, like chips, wood chips, and diatomaceous earth. So here we go. We are in the greenhouse, right? And I have some stuff over here that I need to plant, right? But I had to take my Barbados cherries and put them in these tubs. See these tubs? Because these are never going in the ground. Now this is a persimmon. This one in front of me, that's a persimmon, and that needs to go into the ground. But I haven't gotten around to it yet. These are my lemon and lime trees. No, they're lemon trees, right? These are Myers lemon, and back here, which is, they don't even sell this joker no more. I think this is a Eureka or Eureka lemon. And then the Barbados cherries. Now, look at where the Barbados cherries is. It's going out of the greenhouse, and there's 2 of them right here. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I repotted these last summer, or last fall, because I suspected they weren't doing well, and I suspected that they had some kind of bug or infestation, and one of them did. So I pulled them out. With these kind of containers, you're never going to change this container because it's very hard to find anything bigger than this. Is 55 gallon. What I did was, it seems that the plants eat the soil. See how this thing is dropping? So what I did was I picked it up out of this container and put fresh soil on the bottom and around it, and then put it back in the container. That's how I remedied that problem. And I have to do that with these lemon trees because they've been in here for a while. Now, these tubs, they run about $10 at the big box store. Hello, Renee Hall. How you doing? These big tubs right here at the L to the O store and the Home to the Depot store, those run about $10, maybe $11. If you go ahead and get one of these pots, I got my cord here. This I heat this thing in the wintertime. You see that? These pots, that pot and that pot, 30-something dollars. You could get 3 of those for the cost of one of these. I don't care about beauty. All I care about is the plant being healthy. They're healthy right now. But the lemons, and I do get lemons off of these, by the way. The lemons need to be pulled up because the soil is sinking. See this? See that line? That's where I need the soil to be. All right, now it dropped. A lot of them have dropped. See how that one dropped? So I have to pull them out, put some soil on the bottom and some more new soil around it. And then for Otris, how you doing? And then repot them in the same pot. If and I might not even use those $30 pots because they crack. They don't crack often, but these black ones, these black wash tubs, they're way, way better. Hello, Nino and Lo. How you doing? So I did the same thing. I put these are the avocados I grew from seed. They're also in those $10 tubs. You don't have to spend a lot of money to be a gardener. A lot of people make it seem like you do. Now, I do recommend that you put your FIGS, it's an expense to buy this potting soil. If you're going to container garden, I recommend that you do that. If you have bare roots, put them in a container, or if you get tissue culture, put them in a container, and especially with tissue culture, put them inside for a little while, let them get their bearings and get acclimated to your area, and you should be fine. I have a repeater right now. I bought her, testing my limits. These are the figs that I replanted. Same fig, same ones, same tissue culture, and they're going to be in there for a while until I get around to planting them, which won't be until this fall. I've been here for a while watching and playing. How you doing, Nino Lo? Thank you. I appreciate you being here. A lot of people watch on their TV. I know I did. Another thing I plant in containers is my raspberries. I don't put them in ground. I mean, not raspberries, my blueberries. I don't put them in the ground. I do not put these jokers in the ground. And I'm getting raspberries. See that? So container garden is also the way to go. But it is more expensive. It's more expensive. And if you want the plants and if you don't want to spend more than, figs are running what, $30, $40 now? I spent $20 something dollars, $25, $20 to $30 on the figs. It wasn't $30. It's more like $25. And then I bought a $10 bag of soil, and the pot is a pot that I reused. So that's way less, right? I get 3 or 4 for the price. Well, no, I get 3 or 4 for half price, and then another $10. I get some soil, and I'm done with it. The rest is light and water and watching it. Figs grow quick. Don't spend a bunch of money on them. Go ahead and get your tissue culture. Keep it in your house for a little while. As soon as you get the tissue culture, by the way, up pot it to a small pot. Oh, I forgot about you. I ran out of dirt though. Up pot it to a small pot. Don't have to be a big pot. Up pot it to one of these and keep it under some light. So I'm done. The plants are planted. And I am happy because I had 3 of them done. 3 of the 5. I hope there's not any more around there. I'll look around because I might have some more figs that need to be up potted. I thank everybody for being with me. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. If you please, press the like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I do planting. I talk about my chickens and how to take care of chickens and chicks. I hatch my own chickens. I am not relying on the hatchery. Not. I also buy some occasionally, but I hatch more than I buy. I don't. I spend the money for things that are going to give me some kind of return eventually. Or I spend as little as possible to get the things that I want, so I don't have to spend a bunch of money in the grocery store. So if you like my channel and you learned something from me today, or if you look at some of my other videos, you learned something from those, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Happy planting, everybody. Now I'm going to walk around as far as I can get and see if my repeater is doing what it's supposed to do. Chicken, 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 chicken. Don't talk about me, guys. Chocolate mint, lemongrass or fever grass, depending on where you come from. Chives, blueberries. That's what is it? Chamomile. This is a mango plant that I planted from seed. I don't know what that is because I didn't mark it, but I'll figure it out one day. Kale in the cement trays. We're going to cut out eventually, but I don't know. I don't know when. They're all my trees, and there's my disaster of a garden right now that I got to get to. And here's the rest of the garden. Things ain't always going to be pretty, guys. It's not always going to be that way. Do what you can do. Don't hurt yourself. I don't have anybody. I don't have a gardener. I am a gardener, but I don't have a gardener to help me with my gardening. I got to cut the grass. That's it. Oh, let me tell you about this joker. Strawberries. I got robbed. They robbed me of every strawberry I had. Robbed. Roses, if you want more roses, go ahead and head them. And deadhead means do that. Pull the heads off, and they'll start giving you more roses. New ones, prettier ones. This is ugly. Testing my limits right now. Testing my limits. Let's see how far I can get with this repeater. This is only a test. Rose bushes. Once you plant this, rose bushes are considered weeds, by the way. Here's my extra trees over here. They need to go on the ground. Here's my LSU purple out there. Figs, about 4 figs here. It always does. Kind of like the lime trees. They die back every year, and then they do this. They come back from the ground. I ain't mad at it. I'm not gonna give it any attention because that's what it wants, my attention. It's a peach tree. This peach tree has been here about, I don't know, 18 years. And there's a peach on it right now. Let me show you. It's supposed to be a dwarf peach tree, but if you don't prune these jokers, well, they're gonna get big. They're gonna get big on you. Here's my tomato patch. And this is the tree. See that tree right there? That tree has blight. And guess what these are? They're all pear trees. I'm so upset. You know what I'm gonna do? Y'all can talk about me if you want. I'm spraying copper. I'm gonna spray some copper. That's how you stop blight. Copper. And I found a little sprig of it. Look at it. Look at all them pears. I know I ain't gonna be able to eat the pears, but my tree will be alive. A million pears on here. I'm spraying this joker though. Spraying this one, all of them. Now this is an Ayers pear. I have not gotten the fruit from this joker yet. I should have just left it at Walmart. Here's my Shinseki pear. It's right next to this ugly. I hope that's not blight, but I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it is. It's turning brown, and I'm gonna cut it down myself. If that's what it is, I'm gonna cut it down myself because arborists are expensive. Even if they ain't an arborist, they want an arm and a leg. So here's my Shinseki pear that has pears on it. This is year 2. I got this from Willis Orchard. Yep. Then I got the Oriental Pairs right here. I just planted these. You could tell when something takes because a little bit of trouble with this one right here. See, I told you these figs, not figs, these citrus trees, they come back up every year. Same thing. Here's another Orient pear. And you know, there's no blight on these. Only found it on the other ones. Here's another pear. This is where I keep all my pots. Walking around the yard. So another thing that comes back, I'm pressing my luck. Another thing that comes back is moringa. I thought my moringa was gone. We might have cut it down by accident. Yeah, it looks like we got it. He didn't know it was there. He didn't know. I don't think we were gonna. I just planted this one. And this one is having trouble. See how the ground, see it looks like you could see the indentation of where I planted it? I have to water this thing in because it didn't take to the ground yet. It's not in there. If it takes to the ground, it doesn't look like this. Let me give you a good look. See how the cracks are forming around it? That tree is not in the ground yet. Somebody, Sylvia said the Orient pear won't get blight. It's the only pear that doesn't get it. Okay, thanks. I hope so. Because the rest of them, I'm gonna spray copper. It should look more like this. This peach tree took. Or like this. It's a plum tree. That one's definitely in there. I bought those Arctic Frost Satsumas. They did better than the other trees, but they still did bad. And look, when you have something that's passing away, these pests come to finish them off. I hate these things. And my repeater's doing good, huh? All right. This is a pecan tree. I don't know if this is a mistake or not, but by the time it becomes a mistake, I probably won't be here on this earth anymore. I'll be going on to glory. Here's my other peach tree. And it has peaches on it. I bought these. And you know, when I bought these, all it said was peach. That's it. I bought it at Home Depot, and it didn't tell me what kind of peach it was. And it had one peach on it, and I let the peach ripen on it. Man, that was the best peach I've ever had in my life. It has peaches on it. Definitely a lot of peach on it. A couple of them didn't make it because it was dry. But they are here. That's my lime tree. Been here for a long time. And here's its sister on the other side. Tell you what, these snails, they get on. It don't matter if the thing is doing bad or not. They get on everything. I just planted these things, and look at this. Back there is another Florida King. This is a mulberry tree. I forget which one it is, so I can't tell you. I took the sticker off. That's another mulberry. I thought this one was gone, but it was the last one to start showing leaves. They were all bare. This is a persimmon that I just planted, and there's its sister right here. This one was standing up on its own, but this one I had to stand up with a bamboo. And you see this? That's a sock. The reason why I use a sock is because, first of all, it's elastic, and the band. You see the band on it? It doesn't allow the thing to bore into it. You need a lime tree. Lime trees, at least in Texas, they do well. They're the only ones. I have 3 of them. There's one. Let me get over here. So that green one back there, that's a lime tree, the big one. That's a lime tree. Right there, the green one. And then right next to the house, I used to have 4 of them planted. Well, I do still have 4, but these 3 are doing good. The one next to the house, that's a lime tree. So there's my dirty secret right there. That needs to be done. I've been planting out here. These are tomatillos, peppers, tomatoes, corn, sugarcane. What does this say? Oh, I got some watermelon here. I didn't do watermelon words because these are sugar babies. There's my squash patch right there. And my bees didn't make it, guys. Here's my cucumbers that are getting flowers on it. These are all stone fruit, plums. There's another apricot back right there. That's an apricot, but this is plum, Santa Rosa, and I forget what the other ones are. I don't think I got any plums on it, but that's okay. They're healthy. See that? That's another plum right there. And here's all the figs. Well, the other side of the figs, the older ones. These are all Chicago Hardy. And this is about, I'm about 5'4", so this thing's about 5'7". There we go. Then I got plants under here. Yeah, I don't know if I got them all, but I tried. And then I have more trees here. I'm glad I didn't put my apple trees anywhere near that pear. I got 2 apple trees I just bought that are in the front yard, and I'm upset because it's near that flowering pear that looked like it got blight. So here's the 2 apple trees I got. What is this? And these were bare roots from TSC's Tractor Supply Company. This is a Honey Crisp, and I didn't mean to get this one. I meant to get 2 Honey Crisp, and this is an Anna apple. So I got 2 of them right here. I've never had Anna apple, so I'm gonna be curious as to what that is. These are all pear trees. I don't know what kind of pear. Kefir pear. I'm glad I didn't put it on that side, man. Woo! These were bare roots. Kefir pear. I got 2 of these, and I think this is an Oriental pear. This is also an Orient pear. Right there. Another one. These are going out in the woods. And then I got a blood orange right there. These are never going in the ground. They're going in big old pots. And then I think this is also a blood orange. Let me see. Yep, it's a blood orange. By the way, your citrus, keep them out in the sun. Do not put them in shade. They won't make it. They don't like shade. They like sun. This one wasn't doing well. I threw it in the ground and it's doing a lot better. I think that's a calamundan from last year. So, what is this? This is a caracara. That's a caracara. And then this one, I don't blame the nursery. This is Izu persimmon and a Fuyu persimmon. Look at what happened. Soil matters, by the way, guys. Yeah, this is Mexican sunflowers, and then this is my disaster of a garden. The reason why I haven't done anything is because I have to go and pull this stuff up. I have to pull all this stuff up. I'm a weed eat it. But look at this down here. I know Broke know what it is because I saw his video where he had the same, he had the same thing going on. Carrots. And I'm going to harvest them just like this. I like little carrots. Yep. I just threw a whole bunch of seeds down and they all came up. This line right here is not weeds. That's weeds right there, the pretty ones. But these are carrots. And that is these 2 right here with the flowers on it, those are celery that went to seed. So I'm gonna go in here and pull up all my carrots and or dig up, take that spade fork and get them all up, and we're gonna put sweet potatoes in here. I have it's going to the chickens. It's going to the chickens. All the extra stuff now, with the exception of the Swiss chard. Swiss chard, I'm gonna dig up, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it over here. I got a lot of work to do, but my back has been hurting, so I've been putting it off. Okay, y'all. Now I'm going for real. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Everything is not. I want an avocado tree, but we'll have to keep it in a pot. Well, I got mine in a pot. I can't put these in the ground. It get cold here. And we don't get cold year round. We get snaps. It'll drop. Sometimes drop down to 0 or below 0. Just messes up everything. Man, I gotta get that coffee up. It's drawing flies. I got mine in pots. Go and get them $10 tubs that they have at Home Depot and at Lowe's. I'm not anywhere. $10 tubs. They're 55-gallon wash tubs. They're in the container aisle where you buy your totes. You know, the totes that you store your stuff in. They're usually there. If they're not on the floor, look up, because sometimes they have them high up. Or go online and order them, and they'll have them in the front of the store for you. Okay? And you just keep them in there. I just planted these a couple of weeks ago, I think, or a month or so ago, but they're never going in the ground. Never. They won't make it. It's not hot enough here. We get cold spurts, so anyway. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. I hope I helped everybody out, and y'all have to excuse some of the things that I need to do, but I haven't been feeling well, tell you the truth, and I ain't gonna do it. I'm just doing the best I can, trying to keep this stuff afloat and trying to keep my animals alive and vibrant. This is Jamaica with Jamaica Life. I thank everybody for being with me, and I hope you'll enjoy yourself. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, guys? Bye.